Well, am I excited to talk about this truck? Hello, everyone. Joe Thatcher here with Midwest Military Equipment out of Washington, Missouri. What I'm in today is a HEMTT wrecker. This is an M984E1. M984E1. It's the first one I've ever owned. Owned a lot of HEMTTs, probably 100 to 150 over the past 10 to 11 years. The HEMTT platform is an absolute brute. One of my favorite vehicles to drive outside of the Oshkosh M1070, like right there. These are 8V92 powered Detroit. They're turbocharged and supercharged diesel engines. Allison 5-speed automatic transmissions. They're a full 8-wheel drive with full diff lockers. The front 2 axles are steer axles. This being a wrecker variant, I've been looking for one of these a very long time and was able to source one. And just kind of wanted to take a minute here to go showcase this vehicle for what it is. There's been a few 984s out in the civilian market before. I've seen a couple of them pop up at auctions and different things like that, but none of them in this sort of condition. This truck is absolutely stunning for the age and history of this vehicle. Normally we get wreckers in, we try to find our nicest wreckers possible, but a majority of the time when we get a wrecker in, they've been used, and this one really has not, and does not really show any major signs of any hard long-term use or abuse for that matter as well. So going over this vehicle, like I said earlier, full 8-wheel drive, full diff lockers. We've got Michelin 1600 R20s that are a 53-inch tall tire. The cabin of this truck is all original. Paint is original. We did not repaint this truck. Cab is very, very nice, very clean. Both driver and passenger seats are full air ride. We did update some of the lighting. It had some incandescent and some LED lighting. We did change that out. Walking back here to the wrecker portion, obviously fuel tank here. We've got a 60,000 pound capacity DP manufacturing hydraulic driven winch. So this is a 60,000 pound recovery winch. It power spools in, power spools out, has an assist, which we'll show you there at the back. We've got a tow bar and then some snatch blocks that are included in the sale. You've got these spring-loaded toolbox doors here that open up to be able to put any more extra gear or rigging in the truck. The truck does not have any extra rigging on it. This is how we acquired it. This is how we're going to be selling it. Moving back further on the vehicle, it's got a Grove 14,000 pound material handling crane. So this is 14,000 pound on a 12-foot boom radius. It will max pick 24,000 pound in the saddle. These are hydraulic outriggers. They come all the way out to the ground. Outrigger feet are located somewhere around the truck. We'll get to them at some point. This also, what's unique about the HEMTT wreckers is they do have a vehicle lift. And if you're looking at this vehicle lift on the back, you've probably watched a few of our other videos. Hopefully you have. If you haven't, make sure to watch them because we've got a lot of really interesting content on military vehicles out there. So unlike the Stewart and Stevenson lift, this is actually a 25,000 pound rated lift. So this thing will deadlift 25,000 pounds. And it's got different pin shackle setup where you literally roll up to another HEMTT, even an Oshkosh M1070, 1078s, 900 series trucks. Obviously overkill on a Humvee, but yeah, you could probably do it and be able to lift that vehicle up and recover it. We've done a lot of extensive service to this truck. All the filters and fluids have been changed, brakes have been adjusted. A lot of the hydraulic lines, we're showing their age on them. We've replaced and exercised a lot of the lines on this body. There are still some that aren't replaced, but we've used it quite a bit, and we feel comfortable sending it out where this thing's ready to work. Going to the rear here, we talked about that 60,000 pound capacity winch here. You can see it's got a hydraulic drive spool to help power feed the winch cable out and retract it back in. Very, very good condition on the cables, everything like that. It does have work lights all the way around it, strobe lights. Controls for the crane are located here. The crane can be ran off a wireless remote. We do not have the wireless remote. However, we could work on sourcing them if the end user wanted to add a wireless remote to it. Hendrickson walking beam style suspension in the rear and the front. Going on to the side of the vehicle here, one thing that we did also add on this truck that the earlier HEMTTs did not come with was a battery disconnect switch. We've added that battery disconnect switch right there above the battery, so it's easy access getting in and out of the vehicle itself. This is the front self-recovery winch. This is a 20,000 pound recovery winch, also hydraulic driven, made by DP Manufacturing, who's really kind of the name of the game on the winches. You've got controls on the rear for the winch and controls right there for the rear body winch, the 60,000 pound winch that we were talking about earlier. As you can see, the fair lead runs all the way up through. It's got idlers along the frame there to get that front recovery winch out to the front end of the vehicle, where we've got it stowed currently on the front shackle there. Truck light LED lighting all the way around, updated LED tail lights, newest generation headlights, marker lights, so on and so forth. Passenger side condition is just as good as the driver's side, as we showed earlier in the video. We just listed this truck up on our site. Be sure to watch the walk around videos. We're going to be throwing out some reels and stuff on our social media outside of this YouTube channel of this truck and what it's capable of. So be sure to check those out. If you're shopping for a truck like this or any type of vehicle that we may have in inventory, whether it be a HEMTT, a 7-ton, an LMTV, a HEMTT, material handling cranes, we normally have it, and if we don't have it, we can normally source it fairly quickly. We keep around 200 vehicles in inventory, along with around 10,000 different SKU numbers of parts to support these vehicles. The most important thing to us is not only A, sell you a quality vehicle, but B, be able to provide you parts and maintenance components in the future whenever you take these vehicles out and use them what they're intended for. So be sure to check us out online at MidwestMilitaryEquipment.com or give us a call at 636-900-9046. Thanks for watching.